Hi everyone, and welcome to the inaugural episode of Torqueconomics Weekly Automotive Update. This video covers the week of 20th to 27th of January. Getting right into the headlines of the week. We start with bad news for General Motors. GM allegedly shared driver geolocation and behavioral data without proper consent via its OnStar services. This week, they settled the suit with FTC. The settlement prohibits GM from sharing such data with consumer reporting agencies for 5 years. This highlights the growing scrutiny on consumer data privacy practices after VW has experienced similar controversy in the past month. Additionally, US auto safety regulators NHTSA have opened an investigation to nearly 878,000 General Motors vehicles after reports of sudden engine failures linked to bearing issues. The affected models span from 2019 to 2024, including popular trucks and SUVs like the Chevrolet Silverado and the Cadillac Escalade. All affected vehicles are equipped with the L87 small block V8. Bad news comes in 3 for GM. Both GM and Stellantis are being sued by the US agency EEOC for discrimination and sexual harassment. This is an ongoing situation. Despite the slew of negativity, GM's share price fared quite well, increasing by 3.99% in the past 5 days as a result of the new US administration. Stellantis is the same with this, increasing by 6.77% in the past 5 days. Moving on, the Tesla Cybertruck gave in to slow sales numbers and started offering discounts this week. However, this discount was only available for the Tri-Motor, which is not eligible for the $7,500 tax credit controversially made available for the cheaper dual model version of the truck. The discounts are up to $2,630. Staying on the topic of Cybertruck, a funny incident was posted online this week, whereby a Cybertruck was seized by the UK police as the vehicle does not pass the UK safety regulation and therefore is banned in the nation. The Chinese vice president met with Tesla's CEO this week in Washington DC ahead of Trump's inauguration. Musk was seen sitting very uptight as Beijing seeks to navigate the potential of a second trade war. Tesla is the only foreign auto manufacturer that is able to build not as a joint venture in China at the moment. That was a good segue to talk about politics now. US has continued to restrict its rivals for privacy reasons. In particular, US is set to ban Chinese and Russian components in internet-connected vehicles. The restrictions will apply for software starting from 2027 and hardware starting from 2030. The new rulings, however, does exempt vehicles heavier than 10,000 pounds, allowing companies like China's BYD to continue assembling electric buses in California. After Trump's inauguration, the new US administration has ended EV mandates in favor of choice for the consumer. The executive order from the new president signed was titled Unleashing American Energy.
With my actions today, we will end the Green New Deal and we will revoke the electric vehicle mandate, saving our auto industry and keeping my sacred pledge to our great American auto workers.
For the auto industry, this means there are less incentives to produce EVs, including the elimination of the $7,500 federal tax credit. Trump has revoked the Biden-orchestrated 2021 directive, which called for 50% of vehicle sales to be EVs by 2030. The implications of these changes will likely see a reversal of the trend in 2024, which saw overall EV sales in the US rise by 7.3% with the aid of the Inflation Reduction Act, which Trump has also turned his back against. These changes saw Asian battery technology companies' share price retract this week, with LG Energy and SK Innovation's share price both declining. There was another proposal by the newly elected president, which if enacted, will send large shockwaves in American automotive industry. Trump has proposed a 25% tariff to both Canada and Mexico starting from 1st of February. Part of his reasoning was to curb illegal immigration and stop fentanyl shipments. GM, Ford, Audi, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Stellantis, and Volkswagen all have operations in Mexico. News sources are mixed between which brand will be hit the hardest, but a common consensus is that Audi will be seriously hurt as it does not even have a single US production site. Moving on, the California-based startup Canoo filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, which seized all operations. The company had envisioned multiple vehicle types based on the same platform. However, its ambitions was cut short by debt and supplier lawsuits. The company's share price tanked 97% over the past 6 months. Unfortunately, there was sad news on the 20th of January whereby the chief architect behind the iconic Ford Mustang has died. He also helped revitalize Chrysler by introducing the minivan. Sperlich retired in 1988 and was inducted into the Automotive Hall of Fame in 2009. In addition to the GM investigations earlier, we also saw NHTSA probe into Ford for hands-free tech, Honda for emergency braking, and Stellantis for loss of drive power. On to lighter news. This week, Hamilton officially became a Ferrari driver. Comparisons were drawn to Schumacher as he arrived to Maranello in a suit akin to when Schumacher joined. Hamilton also took his first laps in a Ferrari car. Funnily enough, this happened in the same week when 2 Ferrari F40s crashed, one of which was owned by McLaren F1 driver Lando Norris near Monaco. Well, you know what 2 F40s make? An F80. This week, the newly announced F80 has been spotted at Times Square and will be touring the US shortly. Lastly, we have our release and discontinuation monitor section. Lexus reported that the RCF is to be discontinued at the end of the 2025 model year production. They announced a limited edition run for the RCF model, which is a last hurrah from the brand for its iconic V8 motor. Alpine A290 hot hatch went on sale in the UK this week. It is priced from £33,500, and it is an EV which deviates from the rally heritage the brand tried to retain in its comeback with the A110. The A290 is based on the Renault 5, which is its parent company. Citroën is reviving the iconic 2CV with a modern electric interpretation as part of its retro-inspired lineup. The announcement reflects the trend of automakers reinventing classic models with electric motors. Unlike Japanese and European automakers shifting towards sustainability, Jeep is reviving the Cherokee-sized SUV, and Dodge is bringing back petrol-powered muscle cars after its electric Charger failed to garner sales. Land Rover is planning to bring back the Discovery with both hybrid and electric powertrains. Mustang GTD lapped the Nürburgring in less than 7 minutes, which marks the first time for an American production car to do so. The road-going vehicle is expected to launch soon for $325,000. Finally, VW will launch the ID2 for sub €25,000, which would be its cheapest EV. Now, that was all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and please look forward to weekly videos on an ongoing basis. On that bombshell, goodbye.